had a great start in 2024. Hello, Michael. Good seeing you.
Hello, Julie.
Thanks so much, everyone. You're joining us right now on our live. We appreciate that you being here, and Happy New Year. Like I said, today is Monday, I don't even keep track the date, the 8th.
The 8th.
The 8th of 2024. We hope that you have a really good start on 2024 because as everyone noticed, there is an update that was putting in our ecosystem and it was very exciting. It was, to me, I said it's huger than huge. It's the feeling like, you are hitting a jackpot. I mean, like however you take that term. But to me, it's the exciting feeling. But very humble, like, Jean Oliva said, it's very humble, but it's truly exciting. And as we all know, we sleep at night very well, but there are other people around the world that are working very hard for our future. And so we're gonna let's get the show started, and then we're gonna add into what we wanted to say. So good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and today is January 8th, 2024. Welcome to Michael Williams, AIM, and I, Julie Nguyen discussion. I came from California, and Michael is coming from Canada. And the reason why we started this is because we do have conversations. We discuss a lot of things anyway. And so we thought, let's bring our conversation into a live session so that, everyone could join in to listen into, and hopefully they can take some of that values from our discussion. So let's have Michael say hello to everyone, and let's get started.
Hello, everyone. I trust that you are doing fantastic. It's a new calendar year, and I know it's a year that is full of expectations, full of hope. It's just full of excitement because, as we always say, it's only good news non-passive. And so things have been, coming along really, really nice. And I think that the first quarter of this year is going to be special. So I'm excited for it, Julie. Really excited.
Absolutely. And I believe so. It's going to be super special. And a lot of people will celebrate a lot. So the topic that Michael and I wanted to talk about today is dreams becoming reality. When I'm talking about dreams, I don't talk about dreams of maybe that's probably your dreams, but it's not about dreams about owning, 4 or 5 cars, 500 houses. It's not that kind of dream. It's the dreams that I believe many of us have gone through our life. We put together, a wish list. And then we take some of the item that we put on our wish list and make it become reality. So here's we're talking about we're talking about dreams. And being on passive, to my belief that on passive is a company on passive with the people surrounding can make some of those dreams happen. And it's not only the people that behind on passive, but it actually coming from ourselves. We need to take some of those actions. We need to make those dreams become reality. And that's the topic what we're talking about. It's not about dreaming for, owning an island or dreaming, to fly around the world. That could be part of our dreams also. But yeah, well, that's the kind of dreams I'm referring to. So what's your dream, Michael?
Well, it's to have an impact, I believe, on society as a whole.
Yeah.
And that comes in various forms, right? It could be, small dreams, big dreams, medium-sized dreams, right? It's a bit of everything, right? But it's more to do with, from I was, yay high, I wanted to be able to do this, right? So for some people, they always wanted to be a teacher. For some people, they always wanted to be an artist. For some people, they always wanted to be able to, have a soup kitchen, like whatever it is. for people. We can't define people's dreams for them. Obviously, that's something that is personal. That's something that you have for yourself. But yeah, we're not talking about, like you said, oh, my dream is to have 10 cars. Like, why? Like, how many lives are you going to impact? Are you having 10 cars to give 9 away and keep one? You know what I mean? That's different, right? But basically, to be in a position where whatever it is that you've been dreaming for, meaning something that you've had for over a period of time, like it's not just, oh, today I want to do this. Over a period of time, you've been thinking about something or some things, right, that you'd love to be able to accomplish in your lifetime. And so it's those dreams, how can you make those types of dreams a reality? How can you impact people, whether it's in your local community or from a global perspective, but just to be able to add value to others. To me, that's the ultimate dream. And certainly all of that can become a reality, Julie.
Absolutely. And to me, dreams isn't a state of mind, isn't a destination. It is a continuing process. And in order for us to build certain dreams or make dreams happen, I really believe that we need to letting go some of what is in the past. We're not letting our past dictate the future, but letting go some of the challenge. Of course, we all coming through some sort of struggles or challenge, but we need to take what we have experienced in life, let go some of that challenge, even in the mindset ourselves. We can't just live in the past all the time. We have to continue to work and take certain action, go toward what we want to happen to us.
Yeah, absolutely. There's always a goal, or some people say a promise, right? So whatever that is for you, there is a target, there's a time frame, all of that. So you're constantly going towards that, right? For somebody, yes, I always wanted to be able to own my own business so that I can employ, 50 people or 10 people. You understand? There's something that you have. And so you continue to work towards it because it's not an event. It's not a single thing. It's not a single item, but it's a process that you go through, right? And so, month after month, year after year, you get closer and closer to that dream becoming a reality. For some people, their dream is, oh, I want to be able to retire by the time I'm 55. That's some people's dream. And why is that? Why do you want to retire at 55? Oh, because I want to be able to now go travel and, you understand, visit this place, that place. So it's all of that. So there's usually some sort of time that's involved in that, right? And so we want to work towards it. And so there are different activities. There's different things that we do. So if we're using retirement as the example, okay, well, what are we doing about that? Are we saving on a regular basis? Are we investing our money? Like, do we have a plan to get us to that dream becoming a reality, right? Because there has to be a plan in place. And on passive, there is a plan in place. You understand? The fact that we got into on passive, we're engaged, we know what's going on, we see the developments that's going on in the company. So that is getting us closer to whatever our dream may be, because usually there is some sort of financial aspect of that dream becoming a reality. It usually takes money in some way, shape, or form in order for us to accomplish that dream. So again, going back to retirement, you need to have a certain amount that is saved up, put aside, etc., to now be able to go fulfill that, right? If it's, this is a dream job. I wanted to be a pilot. Like whatever it is, there's some financial aspect that comes to helping you accomplish that goal, and that dream. So all of that has to come into play, and On Passive does all of that for us. It puts us into a position where, yes, whatever dreams that we may have had that thought that was impossible, oh, I'm now 50, so 55 is out of the question. You know what I mean? Now On Passive kind of gives you that. So you know what? It's okay. Dust that back off. It is possible, right? Oh, I wanted to be able to, travel around the world to visit Africa and to visit Asia and so on, right? It's been a dream since you were, 12 years old or whatever the case may be, right? All of a sudden now On Passive puts you in a position where you can start to dream again, right? Oh, I always wanted to be able to, help those that are homeless, because every time I'm driving home, I see a lot of homeless people, etc. right? I want to be able to do something for them, right? Children going to school without lunch. How can I provide the means for them to be able to be in a better position, etc.? Whatever the case may be, on passive is that vehicle or that mechanism that can help you get to accomplish all those dreams that you may have put on the back burner, put on the shelf. Now you can pick them back up because it can become a reality.
Absolutely. And the example here is that let's talk about our CEO, Mr. Ash Mufareh. On passive is one of his dream, one of his big dream. I believe it is. He's talked about, his dream of financial, the part where he wants to create millionaires, not millionaires, but Mother Teresa around the world, 1 million of Mother Teresa around the world. His dream of working toward to eradicate the poverty, working toward, giving people their time and freedom. And look at how he is taking the action in making that dream coming true. How many times have he came on and communicating with us, I want to do or die. I want to make that happen. And that is the action that he has been taking to make that dream of his come true.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you have to take action. Sitting by and just hoping and waiting, and again, it's just not in my DNA, right? I'm just not wired that way. I have to be active. I have to be doing something to help myself to get to whatever goal, whatever destination I may have, whatever it is that I want to accomplish. I want to be a part of that process, right? And so we have that opportunity here in On Passive because of how everything is designed, right? Everything is put together to make it so much easier for us to get to those destinations, right? If we think of our past, if we think of things that we've done previously, right, we really were never in a position to be able to accomplish our dreams. Most people never. Most people go to their grave and never accomplish what it is they really wanted to accomplish in life, and a lot of it has to be because of the cares of life. You have that job, you have a family, the stress, all that comes with it. Most people have a 9-to-5 job, okay? So it's very difficult to be able to live your best life by having that, because your employer, your boss, is not trying to put money in your pocket so that you can go off there and have your best life. They're trying to give you as little as possible so that they can be living their dreams. You know what I mean? When we think of if whatever corporation, whatever company you work for, think of your boss. Think of the person who owns that company, right? The CEO, upper management. Think of how they're living. You hear the stories. Oh yeah, I just came back from a golfing trip, in Florida, right? Oh, I was just in Hawaii, golfing, whatever. You know what I mean? Like, you hear the stories that they have, and then you're sitting there doing all this work, and it's like, man, I wish I had those stories. When will I ever be able to have those stories? And for most people, they just don't. Something that's just taking a simple trip, a trip to Tahiti. How many people would love to be able to do just that? Never mind all the other stuff, Julie, but from a personal standpoint, just to be able to just take a trip to Tahiti. You know what I mean? For some people, it's like, yes, I always wanted to go there. You hear people talk about Bora Bora. They always want to go to Bora Bora, right? And how many people can actually afford to do that, right? And so this is the thing. On passive is putting you in the driving seat. On passive is saying, yes, we can make this happen. Whatever dreams you have, whatever goals you have, whatever aspirations you have, we can help you get there, right? And the company's serious about that. A lot of companies talk, Julie. This company is rolling up their sleeve. They're going to bat for us. They're doing all this heavy lifting, right, to put us in a position where we will win, not may win. You know what I mean? No, you're actually going to win, right? There's a difference between the two. And so that's what our CEO and On Passive has been doing and continue to do for us. As we see all the good news rolling out, how can we expect not to win? So that's a wonderful thing. And so more and more people are starting to dream again, Julie. Sometimes, maybe they never had a dream. Now they can actually have one, right? And so, we're in a great position with this company. Absolutely.
Yes, and like I said earlier, a dream is a continuous process. We are keep making it to happen. You will keep building our dream. Sometimes, like for example, as a business owner, as a restaurant owner, for example, you've owned this restaurant for so many years, and your dream is in 2024 you'll be able to replace the entire kitchen, right, with new equipment. That could be a dream. And how does that work? How can you come up with that amount of money to actually replace it, to actually have a money to replace the whole entire kitchen? So what the business owner needs to do is to taking the action, certain action, and focus and working toward what he wants or what she wants, instead of looking back, oh, I want to replace this and that, but I don't have the money to do it. And I think it has something to do with our mindset, Michael, is to focus on what we want, and seeing that you actually already have a brand new kitchen, for example, in this owner's mind. And I believe the affirmation and law of attraction, if some of us who understand about law of attraction, it's continuous working toward that process and be able to stop the negativity or negative mind thought that comes into mind. Once we realize that, oh, this is going this way, we need to stop that. And so like I said, be grateful for the challenges that we have every single day and working toward our goal to make that dreams come true.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, a lot of people derail their dreams, Julie, with the way they think. They want to accomplish something, but they don't really believe that they can. Oh, I have to. This is. Oh, my dream is to do this. Okay, but do you really believe that you will be able to accomplish that? Because if you really believe that you'll be able to accomplish it, then you should have a plan. And most people, unfortunately, just don't have a plan. We just go through life, one day, the next day, the next day, the next day, and we don't really have a roadmap, right? And so it's good to have a roadmap. It's good to say, yes, you know what? I want to be able to retire by the time I'm age 35. Okay, but how are you going to get there, though? You know what I mean? I want to be able to have, this dream home. Okay, great. But how are you going to get that, though? You know what I mean? So it's not just good enough to for lip service, just to say, oh, I want to do this, or I want to accomplish this, or I want to help. I want to, you know what I mean? It's not just good enough to do that, right? I want to be able to, provide, higher education for 1,000, so-called underprivileged children, right? Whatever, right? Okay, yeah, that's all great and dandy that you want to do that, but how are you going to go about doing it, though? Where is your roadmap? What is the plan? How are you going to get there? You know what I mean? Where are you now, and how are you going to get there? And when do you believe is a realistic time frame for you to accomplish that? You know what I mean? So you have to put all these things in place. So it's not just saying it, right? We certainly have to take the steps towards it. It's like, okay, I know that there's water in the kitchen, and I want to get that water. I'm sitting in my office. Well, how am I going to get that water? If I just sit here and say, I want the water, I want the water, I want the water, the water's going to come to me, right? Yeah. If my wife hears me say, "There, can you bring me some water?" You know what I mean? But by you just saying, I want the water, I want the water. No, you have to, I have to get up, go through the door, get into the kitchen, boom, get the water. So I took steps to get there. I have to take action, right? And the same goes for whatever dreams that people have in life. The fortunate thing for us, Julie, is that our dreams, unlike a lot of other people, our dreams are actually going to become a reality. Like that's to me, that's the sticking point. And as a result of OnPassive, that is the sticking point for me, is that with this company, based upon the model, based upon all that has been done and that is still being worked upon, based upon all of that, we can see that, yes, we've got a glimpse of it. We've got a little taste of it, right? All of that. So can we imagine now, as we move forward, right? 6 months from now, a year from now, 2 years from now, 3 years from now, can we see how we're getting closer and closer to whatever that goal may be, whatever that dream that you have, whatever that passion that you may have? Can you see how you're getting closer and closer? Somebody may be working as an engineer, but that's not really what they want to be doing. They're only doing it because, yeah, it pays the bills, right? But their passion, is to be, I don't know, an artist. They want to paint, right? And that's what they're passionate about. Or they want to, do gardening, whatever the case may be. But whatever you're passionate about, most people, they're not engaged in that, Julie. They go through life and never really got to focus on whatever they're passionate about. And that's unfortunate because then that's not really living. You know what I mean? It's like you're constantly thinking about something else, right? Instead of focusing on the moment, focus on what you're actually in now and where you're going to take that to. And so more and more people want to be able to live out their dreams, right? Want to do that. If they had the opportunity, they would say yes. But unfortunately, they don't have the opportunity. But we who are in on passive, we are the privileged ones. We have that opportunity, Julie, and we have the assurance that that is the case, that it's going to happen, and so we just have to continue to move forward and continue to lock arms with the company. And yes, our dreams will become a reality.
Absolutely. And Michael, it's all started with what inside of us, what we dream of, and what we are having our mindset of. I have to tell you this little story. Years ago, I used to live next to a mall, right? And as you know, during the holiday, it's packed. Traffic everywhere is packed. And it's just one day, as I drove there, and this is what I said, it's a mindset that what I'm trying to share with you is I said to myself that I'm not worried about the traffic. I'm not worried about looking for a parking space. When I get there, someone will move out and that space is reserved for me, right? And it's been years, Michael. And it's been years and years, no matter where I go, no matter how crowded or how packed the parking spaces, full parking spaces, I always have a spot for me to park every single time. Even my children, they said, Mom, there's a space for you every single time. So I believe it's about what your mindset, and this is a very little testimonial, this little mindset things that you can do that can make things happen. Because if we stay focused on what we want, we always will get it at 100 and 1,000%, right?
Absolutely.
And what we are doing right now is we're focusing on our company on passive, and that is all we are focusing on. And yes, like what you're just saying, dreams will happen because of on passive, no other places except on passive, because of the amount of people, the amount of mindset, and the determination and convictions from all the people behind on passive. And it will happen. How about us, all of us who are early birds, the users? What do we do?
Well, I tell you, Julie, the mind is a very, very powerful thing. As you mentioned about your experience, I think I have 1,000,001, but I'll just share one real quick, right? And I think people can relate to it because it has to do with a car. And so I remember years ago, we'd be driving, just driving up and down the street, and I remember there's this particular dealership, and I remember saying to my wife, you know what, one day I'm going to go inside that dealership and go buy a vehicle, right? And and so you said it, and that was it. It wasn't, I wasn't thinking about it all the time. And it kind of worked out that way, that we end up going there by default. Like it wasn't planned to do it. We tried to do something over here instead, and we weren't having a good experience, blah blah blah. And so we said, why don't we just go here so and go get a vehicle? And completely forgot that we had said, years before, that, one day we're going to go inside this particular dealership and we're going to buy a car from that dealership. And so, we have lots of stories like that has happened in our lives. And so you're absolutely right about the mindset, right? The good book says, as a man thinketh, so is he, right? And so, when you start to develop good habits, good thoughts, Julie, they can become a reality. Right? If you're sincere in what you're doing, but you still have to, not just say it, but you have to go out there and put yourself in a position where it can become a reality. So the mind is very, very powerful, and we keep telling people for how many years about, change the way you think, be positive. Don't just be positive just for being positive sake, but it's a good thing. There's a lot of positive things that happen from a health perspective, within your body, by you having positive thoughts and so on. So it's a good practice that people should have. And when you truly care for people, you can't help but be in a positive situation. You know what I mean? Because if that's who you are, right? Because money will not change you, right? Like people think, oh, when I get some money, money doesn't change you. Okay. Money will enhance whoever you are. So if you're a mean person, a bad person, a terrible person, an evil person, the more money you have, the more of that you will become, right? If you're a good person, kind person, etc., okay, the more money you have, the more good, the more kind. That's how that works, folks. So don't believe that money itself is going to change you. Not at all. It's going to enhance whoever you are. So whatever state that you may find yourself in right now, that's why we talk about being the best version of yourself, right? So if you can do that right now, with whatever it is that you may have, can you imagine when abundance comes your way, right? How much more good you can do by you practicing from now, to do, as much as you possibly can with what you have, right? So it's so important to have the right mindset. That will take you very, very far in life. And it's amazing how things will start to happen in a positive way in your life, all because you practice that. It just becomes a way of life. It's not something that it's not a front. You know what I mean? It's not something that you're just putting on, right? It's not a facade. You know what I mean? It's actually becomes part of you. And so as you develop those good habits, right, good things starts to happen in your life. And for a lot of people, this is why they're in on passive. They kind of found their way in on passive. They weren't really looking for it, but it kind of, came their way. I wasn't looking for on passive. I thought we were okay and that we're going in a good direction. But it came along, and I believe it will enhance what we were trying to accomplish. It will get us there a much faster pace. It will help us to help a lot more people than we were able to help before, and so on, right? So on passive really has done a lot for so many people, and it's given people their dreams back, Julie.
Absolutely. Not only that, on passive also giving people the opportunity to dreams, because personally, before on passive, all I had was, that one dream that I was telling you about, that everyone probably already know by now, that I had a dream that someone would turn around and teach me how to become successful like he or she does. And that individual is Mr. Ashmufar, right? I had that dream came, right? But beside that dream, I didn't have any kind of dream. I just wished to, it's kind of like a wishy-washy, but you really don't have the opportunity to think bigger than where you're coming from. And I also believe that many of us, are coming from a survival mode. And when you are in that survival mode, you only try to survive. You don't really dare to dream, and now when we are in this stage of our life, being involved in on passive, seeing the vision, communicate with our CEO, and we have that literally opened up for us to dream even bigger, not just dream. And not only just dream, but taking necessarily action to do that. Because, there's a lot of us will say, oh, I want to become a singer, for example. You have a platform to do that. I want to be very a successful real estate agent, for example. You have a place to do it. And on passive, literally helping us open our mind a little bit more, helping us to take that necessary action toward our dreams. And that's what we are here for, right? That's what we are here living or having that experience of working toward our dream. It's so exciting, Michael.
Hey, you said it, right? You said it, because you are right that most people are in survival mode. Most people are living paycheck to paycheck, right? Take 10 people and just pull one paycheck from them, Julie. So you know what? You're not going to get this paycheck this month, right? And see, the impact that would have on their life. Bills would go unpaid, right? When we look at it, most people don't even have money saved, right? So if something was to happen, if an emergency comes up, most people are stuck. If people go a few months without having an income, as an example, like they're finished. And so that's the problem that most people have, this paycheck to paycheck situation that they have to deal with. Right? That's not living at all. It really isn't. You want to be in a position where money is no longer an issue, meaning I don't need to be thinking about money, because that's what most people's lives are consumed with. They're thinking about money. Okay, this bill is due. How am I going to pay it? Oh, the mortgage is due. I don't know where the money is going to come from. Oh, I got, the kids, orthodontist bill, whatever, right? There's always something. Oh, the car broke down. Oh, I need to get the car fixed. Right? Oh, the roof needs doing, the windows need replacement, the furnace, I need a new furnace, whatever, right? There's always something. And so you're constantly thinking about it. But when you're in a position where money is no longer an issue, it doesn't matter what emergency comes up, right? Because you're prepared for it. Okay. You have funds sitting there that you can just go, yeah, sure, pay it, no problem. Right. You don't have to be sitting there, counting, nickels and dime to come up with, okay, how can we take a vacation? How can we go visit this person? Oh, someone calls and, someone passed away and you can't even help them, financially in a time of need, right? And the list goes on. A family member just lost their job. And so they're in between job. Are you in a position to be able to assist them? All these things, Julie, and that just brings more stress. And with more stress becomes more health problems. And it's a cycle. It's a vicious cycle. So people want to get out of that, right? You don't want to be in that rat race, right? You want to get out of that situation and be in a position where, yeah, money's no longer an issue. And so I believe with On Passive, that's exactly what people have. But of course, it's a process, not an event. You're not going to wake up tomorrow morning or 30 days from now and, oh my gosh, I have all the money in the world that I need. Not at all. It's a business, a real business. And so therefore, there's procedures and process in place to help us get there, but it does take time. But the bottom line is now you actually have a real hope, not false hope, real hope where, yeah, I can count on this. I'm not going to make no plans, until it's actually in my hands, right? However, I know that, yes, the future is so bright, right? And that's what people are looking for, to actually have a realistic hope of being able to be in that position where money is no longer an issue for them.
Yes. Very, very cool. And so we are in 2024. How are we going to be able to work toward and make that dreams, a list of the dreams that we have, become reality? By writing it down, write down specifically the dreams that we wanted to have. And that's actually what I'm working on right now, is to write things down specifically of what I want it to happen, of how I want it to happen, and actually focusing on that. It's the law of attraction, the manifestation is really fun to do, right? Because every single day when you are focusing on your dream, you are living that dream. And it's beautiful, right? And it makes you happy all the time. And remember, when we are in that survival and struggle situation, we don't think about any other people except ourselves and our family. But now we are out of that situations. We got to work toward the dreams. And of course, a lot of people are saying that, in 2024, I'm going to be very selfish. I'm going to look at myself. I'm going to take care of myself. And somehow I agree with it. But always when we are focusing on ourselves, working on ourselves, fulfilled our dreams, there's always people along the way that we meet. And if we have really good intention, working and taking along of those people that comes and make our dream come true, not only that, others people's dream come true, I believe it's very satisfying feeling.
Yes, I mean, you don't want to win by yourself, Julie. I mean, you just don't. Even individuals who participate in, individual sports, right? They're still, when they win, they're still not winning by themselves. They have a team.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They have a team around them. that helped them, right? So it's not, me, 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 me. I still have to depend upon my team. We still have to work together in order to, get the success that we're looking for, etc. And so in business, to me, it's so much more fulfilling when you get to win with other people, right? You don't want to be the only one that's winning. Well, yeah, I'm making all the money, and all of my friends, them, all the people around me, my business associates, my acquaintance, no one is making any money, just me. Like what good is that? What good is it that, well, I'm always picking up the bill, no one else can pick up the bill? That doesn't make sense to me. I would want to be in a position where all of us are winning, right? So all of us can, travel together, do things together. We can, coordinate on various projects. You understand? If I have a foundation and my foundation is to do this, people that I know, they're in a position that they can donate to my foundation, and so on. You understand? Together makes a lot more sense than you by yourself. This is why I don't make resolutions. You know what I mean? I don't come into a new calendar year and thinking, okay, this year I'm gonna this. No, right? I try to live my life the same way I did last month, the same way this month, the same way I did 6 months ago, the same way 6 months from now, and so on, right? By continue trying to be better, right? Trying to be better, get better, do better, all of that, right? Because it's a lifelong journey, right? It's never an event, right? You never just get to a point and say, okay, yes, I've arrived. No, you continue to work because there's always something more that you can do. When we look around and see the 8 billion people on this planet, someone is in need, someone needs help somewhere. You understand? So wouldn't you want to be in that position where, I can pick up the phone and says, okay, Julie, I was just approached by somebody in California and they're looking for this. Can you go assist that person for me? You know what I mean? Or call up somebody that's in, I don't know, Cameroon, and yeah, we just got word that this family in Cameroon, this is their situation. What can we do? How can we, put something together to assist them? Whatever the case may be, right? This is what we're talking about when you have a team, right? When you're not just by yourself, right? There's a saying that says, no man or no person is an island, to be politically correct, I guess, right? But the point is that things always work better when you do together, Julie. This I, me, no, that doesn't wash. I mean, our CEO, it's not a one-man show, right? It's him, his wife, his family, the team, media, etc. It's a collection of people, not just one person, and that's what this business is all about. We've met so many great people in On Passive, that all of a sudden now, we're great friends. We've become family, actually, right? Because I think I hang out with you more, Julie, than a lot of my family members, So this is the thing. We meet a lot of people because we're thinking along the same line. We want to accomplish the same things. We have a lot of similar goals, and things that we want to accomplish in life to be able to make this planet that we call, our home, a better place, whether we're here or not. See, this is the thing. This is what we talk about legacy, right? It's not just being here, because tomorrow is not promised to anyone, right? But what can we do that we leave an impact? So there is a footprint that says that, yes, this person was there and that person was there, and this is what they did. This is who they were able to impact, and so on and so forth, right? You want to be able to leave that as well. On Passive is going to help us to be able to leave a legacy for the next generation, right? I'd love to know that my children are taken care of, whether I'm here or not, right? So you have to put things in place to make sure that is the case, right? And so On Passive will help us do all of that, Julie. So absolutely, it's not a selfish thing. It's not a survival thing. It's about family, not just your immediate family, but the extended family that we have in On Passive, that we're able to, be able to accomplish a lot of things, I believe, going forward. And that's On Passive has done so much in that regards.
Absolutely. And as we are here witnessing what's happening in On Passive, and our CEO and everyone behind On Passive, a lot of us sometimes ask the question, how do we give thanks enough to these people? And to my belief, Michael, is I don't think thank you is enough. but being able to enjoy what they produce, enjoy what they're giving to us, and then paying it forward. It's also another important things that I, suggest that we all could do, is to be able to enjoy, absolutely maximize the values of what OnPassive is creating for us. For example, based on the products that we're using, the services that they're creating, is to maximize that values and pay it forward by sharing it, or take the product of what it is and also share with other people, using it with other people. I think that is another way how we could show our gratitude to what OnPassive is doing for all of us, make our dreams come true.
Well, we're going to have so many great products, Julie, that we can share with others, right? Again, why do you want to keep it to yourself? I'm not going to go on O Connect and have a webinar by myself, right? That doesn't make any sense. But guess what, right? A lot of people are having family meetings and so on using Zoom as an example, right? Okay, guess what? Family, this is what we're doing. We're using O Connect, and these are reasons why, et cetera, et cetera. And when they get on and they're using it, well, guess what? We know that there's extended families, right? So you may have your immediate family, but then all of a sudden now, my sister has her husband, or my cousin, you know what I mean, have their family, and so it becomes extended, right? And so as they now start to use it to do whatever it is that they do, or okay, I have my child that's in university, and and they always using Zoom to do whatever. Now they're able to use O Connect and do the exact same thing, and so on. So we can share the great products that we have with others, because we know there's value there. As the company comes out with some of the great products that we know that's in the pipeline, same thing. We'll be able to use that. People want to, get a university degree. Okay, they'll be able to use Academy and do just that, as opposed to another platform that may be, not as cost effective, right? So we're going to help people save money as well. I was just saying this to my wife the other day that, because things are getting so expensive, food, right? And there's certain items where instead of paying $20 for this particular product, now you're paying $30 for the exact same thing, and they're giving you less. Yes. I'm like, what? Right? So, what do people have to do? They have to either reduce their spend and reduce their costs, right? Or they have to find ways and means to make more money, right? That's all they can do. Well, or do without, right? I don't think people want to do without, you know what I mean? And so with the products that we have, if we can help people, right? Because businesses is comprised of people, right? So if we can help businesses be able to save money, right? That's going to have a trickle effect, right? If you as a business owner, and I can help you save money, well, okay, now you have more money for other things. Now you have more money to go pay for that expensive bag of rice, or that potato or whatever it is that you eat. You know what I mean? So going forward, based upon what the economy is doing and how things are going to get worse, people have to start looking at these things, and they're going to, okay, what can I cut back on? Right? Oh, you know what? That cell phone package that I had that had all the bells and whistles, and I'm paying, I don't know, $100 a month for, or whatever. Okay, I think I need to cut that down to $30 a month. You know what I mean? Okay, so now I just saved myself $70. That $70 I can put towards whatever food, etc. But here's the thing, though. What if you don't have to cut back? You know what I mean? What if money is no longer an issue? So therefore, I can enjoy the things that I like to enjoy, right? Think about it. We are creatures of habits, right? There are certain things that people like to have. Some people have to have that latte. You know what I mean? They got to go to Starbucks. There's some things that some people just have to have, right? And so based upon that, I'd rather put myself in a position where money is no longer an issue. So then I don't have to, cut this corner and, cut that and skim down and, okay, kids, sorry, we can't do a vacation this year, or you can't have this, or you can't go on this school trip, or, you know what I mean? That's not what we want, right? We want to be able to live a life whereby, we're actually living life, right? That's what people want. And I believe that OnPassive will put us in a position so that we can actually live, Julie, actually enjoy each day as it was intended, as opposed to going through each day and it's just stressful, You know what I mean? No, stress will bring people to their grave a lot earlier than necessary, right? So if you can eliminate that stress factor, and money's a big stress factor in people's lives, it really is, right? I'm telling you, take 10 people and ask them what their financial situation, it's not going to be good, right? It just isn't. You know what I mean? So if we can put people in a position by giving them a fully automated business, such as on passive, that can help them, Julie. They don't have to come with any tech savviness or any of that stuff, right? But they can simply just get in, and just go through the process, pay attention, see what's going on, understand your business, etc., right? And be able to be in a position where, yeah, money can no longer be an issue. And that is going to help people have better lives. That's going to help people to be able to share with other people, help other people, and that will have a trickle effect. And that's something that can definitely go viral, and where so many people will be impacted by that in a positive way.
Absolutely. There's no doubt. And so everyone, whether or not your dreams is little or big, let's work toward that dreams. Let's be grateful for the challenges that we have, but working toward that dreams and make that into reality. And with On Passive, all our dreams will become possible, right? So that's our homework. Our homework is to write down the steps that we done. And also, when I believe that when you have certain dreams like that, you got to work toward and actually live it right now. Live that dream today, even from our mind, or live it. And just leave all what struggles and all of that. Let it all go, because that's just temporarily, right? And so New Year, it's already here. New age is coming up. Everything is new. New attitude, new appreciation. We all need to work toward that. As always, today is Monday. As you see that OnPassive.com has a brand new theme, brand new version. Check it out. And if you want to know more information about OnPassive while you're there, there's a lot of products they're offering there. Lots of information in the blog. You might want to check the blog out there too. And there's a lot of social media on Passive's official social media. There's O Media, and there's a lot more coming up. And if you are the early bird of On Passive, you have the opportunity to activate your account or purchase O Connect is a video conference. And we've had so many months get extended for us. So make sure you check out your ecosystem, log in. If you haven't seen the update that was put in there last few days, check out the update. There's also updates in O Founders. So all where that's coming from. But everyone, please stay focused on your dream, is to focus in on what On Passive is doing. And the only way for us to say thank you and appreciate and have that gratitude toward what we're having is to enjoy the ecosystem, enjoy the product to the fullest. And we all know that there are still more things that are coming on. It's a working process, everyone. So be safe and be blessed. Anything else you want to cover, Michael?
Just dream bigger, right? Dream bigger. Oftentimes, I think we dream too small, and it doesn't become worthwhile, right? Mm-hmm. Make it a massive dream. Why not?
Yeah.
Okay. Like if we put a number to it. If your dream is, let's say, 100, right? And you don't accomplish it, okay, maybe you accomplish 100, you know what I mean? As opposed to, oh, my dream is just a 10, right? And then you don't accomplish it, so you accomplish 8 out of 10. I think I'd rather have 80 out of 100, than 8 out of 10, even though it's the same percentage, right? But it's still a bigger number, okay? So you're gonna definitely accomplish more by just thinking bigger. That's one of the things, when I was going to school, my grandmother used to always say, always aim for 100% on every test that you do, right? Do the work, put the effort in, and that's your goal, is to get 100%, so if you're always aiming for that, right? Hey, you know what? If you don't get 100, maybe end up with 98, maybe end up with 96. But if you're just going in, man, I'm just trying to pass, I'm just trying to get a 50. You know what I mean? What if you don't get that 50? Because that's what you're aiming for. Maybe you end up failing. You understand? So she always said, no, aim for the top, aim for the sky. And so, that's what we should do when it comes to our dreams. Let your dreams be as big as possible. Because guess what? Uh, you just may surprise yourself. Okay. You just may surprise yourself and actually accomplish the whole thing. And certainly we have that, opportunity here in On Passive. So dream
Yeah.
big.
Yeah, dream big. So let's give an example. I'm just going to throw in terms of money, okay? It may shock somebody. Okay? In California, if you make $10,000 a month, you can rent. And comfortable. You have a comfortable life, but you're renting an apartment, okay? If you make $20,000 a month, you actually can own, but it's still struggling, okay? $20,000, you can own a property, a home here. What if you have the ability to make 30,000, right? If you make $30,000 a month, you can own a home, live comfortably, and travel. So where do you want your dream to be? At a 10,000 or at a 30,000? And how do we make to that mark? Right? It takes actions to get there, not just simply, oh, I dream to own a house and be able to travel. And you just think about that all day and live in it all day. It doesn't work that way, right? In order for that dream to become reality, there needs to be a lot of work coming into it, whether or not it's your own effort of working or other people. So might as well enjoy the process of getting there. So it takes work. It doesn't just dream, and it will become real.
Absolutely. But you're putting work in towards your dream as opposed to somebody else's dream. That's the difference. And that's what I'll be excited about, is the fact that I'm working on my dream, right? As I said, we're using the job as the example. When you're working for a company, oh yeah, most people are not excited about going into work, right? Like my daughter had to wake up 5:30 this morning to go to school, right? But again, she's working towards something. She's putting the effort in, and she's willing to wake up 5:30 in the morning, as opposed to getting up at, I don't know, 7 o'clock, and then get to school, right? There's effort. The effort has to be made, if you really want to accomplish something, and if something is really worthwhile, right? Then you will put that effort in, and you will enjoy the process, right? You will enjoy it because you look forward to it. Oh man, I can't wait. Okay, like our talk coming up today at 3 o'clock, Julie. I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited, right? To have this conversation with you, right? It's not like, oh gosh, okay, I gotta go talk with Julie. You know what I mean? It's not like that, right? You actually look forward to it. You're excited. If we're having a corporate webinar, you're excited. You're looking forward to it, right? You don't need to have any expectation. You just know that it's going to be good because we're getting together as a family, right? And so that's what I mean. We're just coming out of the holiday season. For some people who celebrate Christmas, they're looking forward to a Christmas party or Christmas get together or whatever, right? That's how you want to live your life. You want to be excited about each day, right? You don't want to just go through and you just, okay, yeah, it's just another day, it's just another. That's boring. You know what I mean? You want to have an exciting life where you get up every day and you look forward to whatever that new day is going to bring, right? You look forward to it, right? And that's what we want. And so that's what we're saying. Dream big, folks. You know what I mean? Hey, if you need to write it down, if you need to draw a picture of it, post it, whatever you feel you need to do. You know what I mean? For me, it's here and I know exactly what it is, right? And I keep it there, and from time to time, I like to scribble. So I like to write stuff down. Right. And it's all about the dream we have for our family. So dream big because you just might surprise yourself.
Absolutely. Thank you, everyone. We hope that you enjoy and have a great day. I know there's a lot of things coming up this week. So please stay plugged into your back office. I know that OFounders has a new update. Also, if you have access to ofounders.net, you actually can go there and check out the update. Otherwise, have a great day. Please stay blessed and looking forward to more conversation next week. Take care, everyone. Take care, Michael. Good day.
All right. Bye, everyone.
Bye.